Hi, this is for Leland. Carlos mentioned that you came up with the variation in the English title, and I was just wondering how that process happened from your point of view.
Well, I think the most important thing was to translate the original title, El Desierto, as the desert, which is a logical thing to do, and that's what it was in my name, in my mind for a long period of time. Turned out not to be such a good idea. It's the title of another novel recently given a lot of praise, but a French novel. And it wasn't a good idea. Bruce said that it wasn't a good idea to risk confusing titles, books with titles of the same. And besides, deserts are deserts, you know. Deserts are the same whether the Mojave or well, I can't say they're the same because they're all different too, but the idea of the desert is the same, whether it's the Mojave or the Atacama or the deserts in North Africa. And there are particular things about them that make them different and make them separate. So we wrestled about, figured, we never did really come to an agreement except we finally came up with something. But we argued about it, or talked about it. What could be a title for this novel? And the reason why I came up with The Absent Sea was because I was reading it working on some of the translation and the editing of that, and I realized how much imagery there is in the novel at very crucial scenes and important scenes in the novel that point out the fact that the desert is not just a desert, it's a desert that was once a sea, an ocean, something gone past, something finished. And that's an essential part of this novel. It runs very parallel to this notion of the idea of what the value of this religious idol of the Virgin is. It's something that really belongs in a general way to a much similar kind of process that occurred among many people in the Andes, as well as in Greece or in the early days of Christianity, the whole thing. There's lots of different ways of looking at how religions and how faith and how the idea of justice based upon that come to being. And if you go back to the beginnings, you go back to where the waters that were laid down over what later became the desert, what it was like when those waters evaporate. There's something left, and you have to work with that. So I thought The Absent Sea, as a title, got across that connection between what's happening in Laura's life and the world that she has inherited. That's how it came about.